Yo, what's going on?
Yo, yo.
All right. Let me um let me just turn this off for a minute. I was just I need to fix that. Yeah. All right, all right. Looks like we're both on here. Let me just get set up real quick. All right. Welcome back everyone. Oh, it fell off. All right. Anyways, welcome back. Um we are jumping right back into this let's talk um on some different subjects here. You know what? Before we, while we're getting into this and I'm gonna get set up here and everything. Um, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you watched with Delicious in the Dungeon. Um, First off, I am Cartoons. Welcome back, everyone. You see me. I was doing my art thing and all that kind of stuff, doing a live streaming. Got Closet Anime here with me. It's Freddie from Closet Anime, and we're just doing some Let's Talk collaboration videos here. So yeah, So like I was saying, I would love to hear your thoughts on Delicious in the Dungeon.
Yeah, so I picked it up as one of your uh, anime that you were watching, and you said you enjoyed it. I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. I saw it appear on Netflix. It was like something that was like, I think it was suggested or it was in the top feed,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just always ignore it because it looked silly. And yeah, it actually was really good. I liked it all the way to the ending. Um, uh, it's a very interesting concept. I don't think I can really quite like say, oh, it's taken a lot of inspiration from this anime or from that anime. It kind of is its own standalone type of thing. So I like the uniqueness of it, the newness of it. It's a nice fresh take on, you know, the kind of cooking kind of anime because it was like cooking slash adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, so yeah, I liked it. It left me um, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoying the anime and looking forward to the next season. I don't know if they've announced that they've been greenlit for season 2 or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything saying that they. I haven't heard anything about a second season, but I don't see why not. I mean, like I said, it's by Studio Trigger, and
Hmm.
did you see the style? Did you see a lot of that in there too? A lot of the once the action got going, it was like really in your face, dynamic fighting style, something like Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I did get a sense of it. I mean, for the most part, if you hadn't have told me that it was from Studio Trigger, I wouldn't have quite put my finger on it, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, fair enough. I am. Oh, window capture. Okay. Oh, I see. It's trying to capture. There we go. Got Kendra G. I figured we'd just pick back up on where we left off because it was already a really good episode anyway. Um, but move it up. There we go. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it too because at first I was very skeptical, like I said before, when it came out, when they were
Hmm.
announcing it, and because I keep up on Studio Trigger, like every month I check and see what new stuff they have coming out, and it's my favorite studio for, and I would say Studio Trigger and anything by Gendy Tartakovsky, the guy who did Dexter's Lab.
Huh.
He helped in Powerpuff Girls. He did Symbiotic Titan, Samurai Jack.
Okay.
His newer series he did was Primal. He's been,
Oh, Prime.
yeah.
Very familiar.
I'll actually bring it up here.
Oh, I started watching a little bit of that. I didn't get too far into it. Yeah, I didn't get too far into it.
Yeah, so they did 2 seasons and they got a season 3 in works now. Um, it is intense. It's just like Samurai Jack.
There's like no dialogue, right? It's like grunts and like yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's why it was kind of just like I think I watched like I don't know maybe like 2 episodes of it and then I kind of just I stopped because like him and the T-Rex start off as like not really friends. Like they're in like this symbiotic relationship, but like
Hmm.
they're like I'm still wanting to like come out on top. Like I want all of the pros to be in my favor and none of the cons. And so like when like they're hunting, what the T Rex was like eating all of the kills.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was I'm it if you enjoyed it, I think we got somewhat of the similar taste. I
Hmm.
might go back and look at it again because Delicious in Dungeons surprised me.
Yeah,
Primal, I started watching it, and like I said, I was just like, um, okay, they are in a codependent survival relationship. I mean, you know, T
yeah,
Rex, he's like the brute strength, he's the raw power, and then the caveman, he's like, it's kind of funny because like the caveman is like the brains, and you and you gotta
that's funny. The caveman brains. Yeah, yeah, it's good. I love when he jumps on her back and they'll start it's almost like Power Rangers. Like our powers combined, we are unstoppable. So you'll get on her back and she's just like chomping dudes down. He's like, with a spear. It's a with
a stone spear,
stone.
stone tip spear.
Yeah, and they be murking fools, man. Especially when he gets this crazed look in his eyes. He's like,
Yeah, because I think what was the overall like I guess like feeling of it is like he lost his family from like dinosaurs like killed them all, right?
Yeah,
And then now how did the T Rex? Oh, the same thing happened to the T Rex. She lost her clutch of eggs.
yeah.
Or it was her eggs, right, that got hunted or predated on.
It was her actual babies. They're like little mini Rexes, little baby
Okay,
Rexes.
okay, yeah.
Hmm.
So
Um,
yeah, I watched I think like one, at least one. I believe I may have seen possibly two or three. Like I think I gave it a shot, and I'm like, mm.
well, let me ask you this: Did you enjoy Samurai Jack?
Yeah, I was okay with Samurai Jack.
Uh,
It's okay.
it's really like a hyper spin-off off of that. Like, because some episodes there was no dialogue; it was very stylized off of, and that's how Gindi is as a director. He focuses on sounds and movements with almost no dialogue. There were some episodes like that in Dexter's Lab as well. It was
Mm.
like, and you're like looking, it's just very. It's like that's kind of funny, but if the room was really quiet, what would you hear? Um, but then, like I said, primal, so it's very intense. But I would say definitely, give it a try. But don't push yourself into it. If you're not into that style, it's not gonna be worth it. Um, but so I brought that up because to say another one that's out there that he did is Unicorn Warriors. This is his newest series. It just came out last year. Um, they're probably gonna have a season two here soon, hopefully. Um, oh, there he is right there. Here he is.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of has that Powerpuff Girl look.
Mm-hmm. Actually, these are his main series right here. He did the Star Wars Clone Wars anime back in the day when
Mm.
Star Wars was really big. And he did Samurai Jack, and this Symbiotic Titan, and Primal, and now he has the Unicorn Warriors. Um, Basically, to give you a real quick gist, these warriors, there's three of them, and they're
Mm.
eternal. They have their own powers. One's like a psychic, almost like an interdimensional psychic, basically. Um, the girl in the front, she's like almost like a shadow wraith kind of thing. She can use shadow
Like a
powers and
like a
fly. Yeah, and then the guy, this elf-looking dude with a sword, he's like a magical warrior that has a sword, and he's very chivalrous and serious. And then the robot in the back is kind of like their conduit. He is the thing that lasts throughout all the generations, and he reincarnates their souls. So when they die in combat against this great enemy in the series, their souls are actually they go back into the side of him, and he holds them, and then he finds their reincarnated bodies, and then he puts the souls back into those bodies so they can continue fighting against the great evil. So it's like generations of different bodies that they go through. And it's like, dang, that's kind of cool. You know, you're eternal warriors that always are fighting your fight. And just so happens in this generation, these are the these are the new warriors.
Huh.
And one girl, like she was just a girl that was about to get married, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Whoa, you're the reincarnation. Here's a soul." And then it's like she was about to get married, and all of a sudden she's like, she wakes up and she's like, "I have to go fight," and she just leaves. She's like, "Wait a minute, what's going on? You about to get married?" She's like, "No, I have to go fight." Um, this boy, he's like a little thug or whatever, like a little street thug or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's just running around with his friends and being bad and stuff. And he goes up and finds him like, "You, come on." And he puts a soul inside of him. And then he's like, "Oh, I have to go fight." And they leave. And this guy here, he was an elf in some elf land or something. They found him. It's like, "You have to go fight," you know? And it's kind of cool. Like, it's just random.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
I forget exactly why I brought this up. Oh, this is one of my favorite artists that continues to make series in that style. It's like you see the style and you know that's him, just like Studio Trigger. Um, and I think they brought a little touch of their magic into Delicious in Dungeon. But uh, I think I told you about this other one too, if I'm not mistaken. It's another one by Studio Trigger.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That was on Netflix.
Yep, yep. BNA. I was hoping they got a season 2 of it, but it never came out.
Mm.
But yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it lived up to your expectations. Um, I'll give you a little rundown of my experience. Overlord. I've been watching Overlord.
All right.
I've been giving it a chance. Like you said, it was you've praised it so much. Not only you, another friend of mine praised it so much. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and give it a chance. Every day I come home and I watch an episode or two. I will say I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I'm not in love with it. Um, I'm on season 3, episode like 4 or 5 now, I think. Um,
Okay.
I actually, after watching it, I think I actually watched season 1 before. I think that's because by the time season 1 ended, I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. I've seen this before all the way through the first season. So I watched more than I thought I did. Um, season 2, season 2 was okay, but then at a certain point, it stopped following the main character because I guess his henchmen were going out and doing things in other towns, and it was setting up like a through story where he's kind of like taking over the world by one region at a time, and these different, like this town over here, he helps this town, and then these lizard people came. That really threw me off. These lizard people for like 4 or 5 episodes was going through a war.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, where is the main character, Ainz and Mormon or whatever
Yeah.
name he's going by now? He's like 3 or 4 different names.
Yeah.
Because there was like 2 or 3 episodes at least he wasn't even in. It was just focusing on that segment of people, and then it popped up like he was the. It's kind of fun. He's manipulating everybody. He's the bad guy for the lizard people, and then he puts them under his command. Like he causes this war, and then he's like, "I'll keep you alive as long
Mm-hmm.
as you serve me." It's like okay, and season 2 ended with like this. I guess it's this like phantom troop, like this secret organization, the Eight Fingers or something, and I guess they have like a couple of different people that were fighting against them. And there's a couple of there's this big manly woman and this ninja girl and this magic girl, and they were fighting against this guy, and they lost. One of his henchmen, um, they died or something, and then he came in. He was like, "I'll save you. Who do I fight?" I was like, "Bro, that's your henchman." So I was like, what is going on? And then it was like, okay, it's a whole scheme he's doing here to take over the whole world or something. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. If I keep this mindset, I should be good. And season 3 is kind of going to this whole thing with the village. This girl that
Mm-hmm.
from the first season when he gave her the goblin horn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now she has her little village with the goblins, but now they're going into the kingdom. In fact, this episode I just finished watching, she had the goblin horn, and they were interrogating her. It's like, that goblin horn is worth like 3,000 gold. There's no way you should have that, and all this stuff, and it's shenanigans because he has all these high level magic items and stuff that he shouldn't have, and he's giving it to people like it's candy. And so I kind of just finished that episode. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Um, I'm definitely looking forward to finishing. It's only 4 seasons so far, so I'm gonna finish it up. So yeah.
Okay.
All righty then. Well, any comments on that or anything before we move on?
You know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. It might not be like your, uh, it might not rank in your top anime tier list, but if it's piqued your interest and you're intrigued with it, and I mean you've stuck with it for 3 seasons now. I think it's currently only in its 4th season
Mm-hmm.
right now. So cool.
Okay. All right. So going back to Kendra G, I think the last little portion. I'm just gonna go back to. I think she just finished this interview with this.
Oh yeah.
This man who is actually a woman but has never been with a woman because they need a man, but she's a woman being a man, but she thinks like a woman. Oh man.
That was wild.
Yeah. So let me know if you can hear it.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. So, nothing.
Nope.
Wait, there was a way that we did this. I think there was a way that I set this up, right? Oh, it was, yeah, I had to plug in my headphones, I think. It was something like that.
Yeah, I do recall it was some type of special setup that you had to do.
Let me throw these bad boys in.
And while you do that, I'm gonna grab water.
Yep.
Boom. We're back.
Oh, wait. Now I can't hear you. Okay. Yep, that was a thing.
Oh.
Okay, now I can hear you.
You can? Okay, good, good.
Can you hear this?
Yep.
It's still there, cousin.
Okay.
It's still there.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I'm going to pray for you.
You hear me pretty clearly as well?
Yep.
Okay, thank you,
Great.
darling. All right, bye, baby. Bye, baby. There were a lot of comments. I wasn't able to get to all of them. Billy the Kid did say, Kendra, you made a valid point about discrimination aspect. If you didn't allow those with mental health issues on the show, this is just hard to watch. Ask if he is taking all his meds. Listen, I hear you.
I remember this part.
Let me tell you something, you guys. I sit here and I had this conversation with my best friend yesterday. Y'all, I get energy in all ways, and there's no way to please everyone. So I don't try. I don't try to please everyone. I just be myself. And if you rock with it, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I sit here and I know that no matter how I do it, if I only have a certain type of person on the show, then it's like, oh, Kendra doesn't allow people who don't fit what she considers to be right. Then if I just have anybody who talks naturally, oh, Kendra's taking down the Black community.
It kind of sucks. You have to include everybody or include nobody.
I have to just stay true to myself, and stay true to myself is, if you get through, you have an opportunity. Now, yes, I have hung up on people at times, and that will always be, and I have the right to hang up on whoever the hell I want to hang up on. But for the most part, I try to give every single person who calls in a fair shot, unless it's beyond control or disrespect. And that's just the way it rocks.
Skip forward a little bit because she's kind of going on a little rant here. There we go.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. A new person.
Okay.
My name is Australia.
Australia.
I'm currently in Arizona, but I live in Houston, Texas. You do a lot of traveling for work.
Arizona's in Texas.
I mean,
well, Australia. Australia's in Texas.
Sometimes you can't help what your parents name you. So I'm hoping, like, if that's not her government, then that's just stupid.
Why would that be? Why would you name your child that?
She's never been to Australia and wanted her child to grow up to go to Australia.
Goodness. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we haven't heard nothing from her yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna judge. I'm gonna go ahead and judge.
Yeah, me too. And I want to see if this is where you're gonna go.
So, first impressions, she hasn't said too much except her name.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the look, and from the image and presentation we have right here, I'm gonna give her about. She's definitely in her 30s. She's not in her 50s. I would give her 40s, but not a lot. It's the eyes and the cheeks. I'm gonna give her like in the outfit. It's like I'm ready to have fun, but I'm mom, right? I'm gonna give it like no. I want to give her an exact number. I'm gonna give her 41.
Good. Okay. I gave her 40 in my head. As you was running down your thing, I said 40. I'm cool with sticking 40 right there.
She's still young, but she's got kids, bro. There's no way she doesn't have kids.
You know what? Something tells me like piercings, man. Piercings is a big giveaway. Like you've been through some stuff. Nose piercings, the like, you know, the ear piercings where like they have like 4 or 5 going up.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Yeah, no, those are nose. Those are. I've been through pain, and I want to show that I can tolerate the pain.
Ooh, that's a good analysis there. I wouldn't have thought about that. Okay. Another thing I will say too, I got to give her props. So she's got the confidence enough to show her shoulders. And usually for the young look, you have the hair back.
because the older look is kind of have your face a little covered up, kind of like Kendra's. It's showing the forehead, but it's still covered up a little bit. That's the more mature look. So the I guess it's like not twists. I don't know what this is. Twists or braids.
Yeah, braids, I think. Braids.
And they're pulled to the side with a little bit of color to it. It's like, okay, doing something a little different. She seems bubbly enough. But then, like I said, showing the shoulders, yellow, bra strap or whatever. Confidence in that, but it's yellow and green. That's fun colors. It's still a little like bland, like not too much attention, but it's not black. You know what I'm saying? You'll see a lot of women wearing black because they don't want to show too many curves. They want to hide fat. They want to hide the curves. Yeah,
well, black is slimming. Yeah,
black is slimming. So I'm giving her a lot of kudos here, but I'm gonna say at least 2 kids. At least 2 kids. I'm gonna give her 1 baby daddy. She seems smart. She's we don't know anything. She hasn't said nothing yet. I'm gonna give her 1 baby daddy, 2 kids.
41 for you, 40 for me.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump back into it.
You have any kids?
I do not.
Oh no. That's on me. That's on me. Okay. Wow. I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't be judging.
I mean, it's a human instinct. So when people say you shouldn't judge, it just means you should be willing to be wrong. Really, I think everyone judges. Like you see a dark, unlit alley, do you say I shouldn't judge? That might be a nice alley to walk down.
No,
you judge.
Yeah.
So yeah, for human evolutionary reasons, we judge. So judging it's okay to judge, but you should always be willing to be wrong about the judgments that you make. Yeah.
That's on me.
All right, we got Australia, Arizona, Houston, Texas. No kids. How old are you, love?
I'm 31.
Oh my goodness.
We were so so about that age. Did we just literally throw 10 years on her?
Yeah.
And 2 kids?
Man, she's
cooked.
You know what? Look, like I said, it's that ring, man. That eyebrow ring. Life has done her hard.
But I did give her the kudos on the young look, like the confidence and the colors, and something about her has a young spirit. But
trapped in an old body.
I want to say she's looking. Maybe it's the screen. Maybe the screen's a little. She's gonna get up. She's gonna walk around. We'll see a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm saying like this is normal. So you're in Australia, but you live in Texas.
No, my name is Australia. I'm currently visiting Arizona, but I live in Houston, so I'm back and forth between Arizona and Texas.
Okay.
My name is Australia. Yeah.
So how did you name Australia? Did your parents make you in Australia?
They did not. My parents are not travelers. They were watching TV, literally.
That's horrible.
Are you serious? Have you ever been to
Australia? I have. I went for my 27th birthday.
She's been.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. So that's what I got clear. Your name is Australia. You're from Arizona, but you're right now calling me from Houston.
No.
I mean, that's still wrong, but that's fine. Originally from Wisconsin, but yeah.
She never said where she was from.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Where do you live?
I live in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Where does Arizona come from then?
I'm currently in Arizona and I travel back and forth.
Okay, that's what it is. So you live in Houston, Texas. Okay. No kids. What you do for a living?
So I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I have a recruiting business. I do logistics. I'm in real estate a little bit, but my passion is in recruitment. So that's where I spend most of my time.
Interesting.
Okay.
I gotta comment on that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing a lot of people saying these videos, these pop the balloons, 20v1s and stuff like this. What do you do for a living? I'm an entrepreneur.
Or a serial entrepreneur. What?
You ain't got no job? That's what it sounds like. You ain't got no job. That's what it sounds like.
That's initially what it sounds like. That's initially how it's received as well. But I mean, regardless, even if you are doing like, you know, let's just say she has like 2 rental properties, right? Okay, that you know, you are in rental property, and then let's say she's got like a full-time, you know, 9 to 5, you know, something that's her main income bringer, and then let's say she's doing something else on the side, like she's she does hair, I don't know, or sells lashes or bundles.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All it means is that she has little to no time for you.
Ooh.
That's all I heard. All I heard is I stay way too busy to have anyone be of any significance.
Yo, I wonder if that's going to come up. With you saying that, I would be very elated to see her actually say that. Or Kendra say that about her or something, you know? Let's see.
So I don't really follow horoscopes, but I am a Gemini.
Okay.
Good.
That's good.
All right, fair enough.
She seems
So
cool.
Australia. She lives in Houston, Texas. No kids. Has her own recruiting business. A serial
Girl,
entrepreneur.
why you single?
31. Doesn't believe in zodiac signs. What? No kids. What kind of man? Have you ever been married?
I've never been married.
What kind of man you looking for?
So people think that it's funny when I say this, but myself in male form. So like I'm very communicative. I'm a hustler. Like I'm driven. I'm very logical when it comes to thinking and just experience in life. I'm very cultured, so I want that in a partner as well.
Okay.
Interesting.
What are your deal breakers?
A man who doesn't want children, someone who is not self-aware, someone who just doesn't have the mentality to continue to grow as a person.
Okay.
She's saying all the right things. She's saying all the right things right now. I ain't heard a bad thing yet.
No.
Except Australia for a name, but it's exotic. We can work with that.
Yeah.
So.
She look a certain way.
Taller than me with heels, so that would be at least 5'7".
Okay. All right. She kept realistic with the height.
But I'm open as long as he can pick me up.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, you wait. You know what though? Which is wild, because we're going to get on a little bit of this height thing. I understand as well from an evolutionary standpoint, women prefer men to be at a minimum taller than them. Okay, whatever. I think it gets ridiculous when you got like 5 foot nothing girls looking for 6'2" plus guys. It's like, yo, that's wild.
Yeah.
Like, you could ride off into the sunset with a 5'5" guy, and you're 5 foot nothing. And even if you're wearing 4-inch heels, he's still taller than you.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like, that's wild to me.
Silliness.
Absolute silliness. Yeah. So that gets ridiculous. So when she kept it in a realm of, you know, what she said, she was what,
5'7",
and she was okay with. Wait, no, she was okay with a guy who was 5'7".
Exactly. So
Yeah. Okay.
she's probably shorter than that, 5'3", 5'4".
And that makes sense. I mean, she's saying a lot of the correct things.
She ain't said nothing wrong. Yeah, I need to know why she's single.
Exactly.
I gotta hear it.
That's the thing.
Do you make a certain amount of money?
Ideally, 100, 150 plus or minus 10. I'm flexible, but
expectations are going down.
My bracket would be great.
Or getting outrageous a little bit.
Do you have kids already?
Ideally, no, but I am okay with one child over the age of 5.
Okay.
Is your desire marriage?
My desire is marriage, yes. I want a family of my own. That's why I don't have children.
Hey,
Okay.
good.
That's smart.
Okay.
See that Kendra Cam.
I was still working, so.
Girl, you knew you was coming on.
They always do that.
I got all the returns.
Can you see me?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you look good, honey.
We can work with it. We can work with it.
This is
Yes.
Australia. This is Houston, Texas. Do you want the guy to be in Houston or does that matter?
He does not. I travel and I travel frequently, so I can get up and go whenever.
She got no time for him.
When was your last relationship?
Technically 5 years ago. I was in a situation a couple years ago, like back in 2021.
I hate that. 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 They never. I think we talked about this before. This is not a good question. This is not a good question because you say I am so glad that she is answering the question the way it needs to be answered, not the way that she's asking it. Because she's asking, when was your last relationship? And it's easy for me to, gotcha, 10 years ago. So you mean to tell me ain't nobody clapping them cheeks between now and 10 years ago? Well, it's going to be the last time you were intimate, which you don't have to answer. You can be like, I plead the fifth, and my last relationship was 10 years ago. So therefore, any traditional person is going to think you last time you had sex was 10 years ago. But we all know there's a such thing as situationships, one night stands, friends with benefits. It doesn't count because it only lasted a month, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, so thank you for answering the question the way it needs to be.
And another reason why it's a weird question is because we know, like in a real, I guess in an ideal situation, if you tell me the last relationship that you've been in was 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it is, whatever that date is, and then Kendra's follow-up question is, when's the last time you've been intimate with someone? Correctly, the right answer would be your previous answer.
Yeah.
But we understand, as in this modern dating age, that when those two numbers don't match up with one another, you tell me you was in a relationship, your last relationship was 6 months ago, but then your last intimate interaction was 2 weeks ago. It's like, well, shoot, what? I want that same arrangement then. Like I'm
exactly.
I don't want to do all of the other things that come along with a relationship, courting, getting to know you, going out and dates, and like the person that you just called to just like dust it off because you was like, you know, needing intimacy, or I got needs, Kendra.
Yeah.
Can I replace the needs guy?
I want the position of the needs guy. Yeah, and that's a great point, man. And I actually listened to a video today, and it was kind of going over some of this stuff. It had 3 women on there, and they were asking them questions and stuff. And one woman was saying, "Oh, so the guy, I'll make this real quick. The guy was asking the women, would you date a guy that was gay, or if your current boyfriend told you he was gay like 10 years ago or something, and but he's good now. He's not like that anymore." They're like, no, he gay, he always gay. Once you gay, you're gay, and that's all, you're always gay. But it was like, so you're gonna judge him based off of his past, because that's not him anymore, right? Oh yeah, he gay, I'm definitely judging him. And then he flipped it. I was like, thank you. He was like, so, because they had just got finished talking about all these different sexual things they didn't do, and all this kind of stuff. So he asked that question, and then he flipped it. He said, oh, so you're telling me that I can judge you based off of your past and all the things that you did. You did this with this guy, and these one night stands, and this, and this, and your kids, and all this kind of stuff. I can judge you based off of that too, right? She was like, yep. I was like, oh, thank you. Because she would not put down that if you're gay once in your life, you're always gay. So he was like, well, once you've been a hoe at one point in your life, you're always a hoe. And it's like, dang, son, it's because nobody wants. I get it. Your past is your past. That's not you anymore. You want a family now. You learned the mistakes and everything. But once you do it, it's done. if you had the gangbangs and all the schlongs everywhere and everything, you experienced it. It's happened. It's a part of you. It's in your skin. You know what I'm saying? Whether for better or for worse, whether you care or not, just because you're not playing the game doesn't mean the game's not playing you. And you know, you got to be careful what you put out there because it's always going to be with you, you know? So, yeah.
But I got played bad, so I don't know if I should really count it. So
I shouldn't count it.
That's what you do.
I told you.
They do it.
I said it. I called it.
I don't know if I should count it. Yes,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. But they are ready and willing to erase things so quickly that it's scary. It's so scary.
That is crazy.
No, he counted.
It doesn't count, Freddie. It doesn't count.
Bro, that is scary. That is wow.
I told you. I told you. Oh man, I called it.
And see, when you get in, like, because I think I've had this conversation before with my wife, and she was saying like stuff like this, like, unfortunately, if women start hearing that, you know, body counts and things matter, that's why they'll just hide or they'll fake the numbers, right? But it's like, of course, you don't usually just come out of the gate when you're vetting or getting to know someone. But what you do is you suss out the numbers. Like you'll say, oh, okay, you know, you had 3 boyfriends, cool. And then when they start talking stories and things that, you know, oh, that happened, you know, at, I don't know, in college, or, oh, that happened while I was in high school. And you're like, okay, that's 1, that's 2. Oh, and then there was blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, now we're at 5 now. You told me 3 relationships.
Ooh.
These numbers ain't coming up the same.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay. And that one's Greg. Okay. And then Jeffrey. You ain't never said Jeffrey. That's a new name. And then you're like, oh, I got a reform bop on my hand. Like, you know, got a reform bop, and she's trying to turn over a new leaf. And she's trying to get you to like her a lot to where you can't drop her so easily.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. It doesn't count that is dangerous. Okay, of course, lying about the body count, but saying it doesn't, I mean, it's the same thing. It doesn't count. That's huge, man. That's a mindset thing. That's not even, it's one thing to claim you did it. Yeah, I've been with like 100 guys. Okay. That's a fact. You've owned that. But to say it doesn't count because you have been with 100 guys, but you only claim 3 because, you know, it wasn't a real relationship, so they don't count. No, that's not how that works, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is they don't want to be rejected. Like they're wanting to not be, they always want to be the one in the rejector seat, not the one to potentially be rejected.
Yeah.
So to say things that may disqualify them, they'll rather not be in the disqualifier seat. They'd rather be in the one that does the disqualifying. And so to say like numbers, they know, oh, I'm off the bat, I may automatically not even be given a chance. So let me just fudge the numbers. Almost like what people do with a job resumes. And it says like, have you ever been terminated or fired from a job? No, I'm not gonna put that down. Like, are they gonna really check my references? You gonna call every one of these places? So
yeah, they could, but who's really gonna do it? Yeah.
So they take the chance. Like, who's gonna really start counting numbers? Like, if I can keep up with the amount of relationships I told him from jump, maybe I can make it past the the window of, is he really gonna throw this all away because I told this lie like from day one? Most people kind of err on the side of, once he gets to know me and he'll love me, he's not gonna care what I did back then.
Right. Yeah. See, it's the emotional manipulation to me.
Yeah.
For me. It's the it's almost like emotional sabotage, like kidnapping in a way. It's like to know you've had this 3-digit body count or something. It's grossly hypothetical, but you had this 3-digit body count. You go into a relationship, you hide it. They say you get married, have kids, and all this kind of stuff, and everything's happy. And this could be either or. This is guy, girl. I try to always do that. And then that person tells the significant other, or the significant other finds out that, oh, you had a 3-digit? When did this happen? I didn't know that. Wait, what? You mean this whole crowd was inside of you? However you find it out. It's like I can see it would destroy a person, but then like you're saying, like do you keep the relationship? Because if you built this crazy, awesome foundation, this awesome lifestyle, and then you've realized it was built on a lie, it's like, how do you keep going? Because you can't just go back. It cannot ever be what it was.
They call it a lie through omission. Like, you have a feeling that what the person would want to know is the thing that they're seeking an answer for. You're choosing to omit. So you're not directly lying, but you fail to omit, like, oh, and like, okay, have you been with, more than 5 people? Yes, I've been with more than 5 people. Okay. Have you been more than 10? No, I haven't been with more than 10. Okay, all right. You ain't got to tell me. It's cool. I'm okay. But she knows, okay, should I really tell him that I messed with his dad or his brother? Or, it's like, nah, I'm just going to take that to the grave. And it's like, yeah, and it's like, that if he had known that information,
yeah,
he would have just dropped you. But she decides that through omission, you didn't ask me, so I'm not going to tell you. So
that's crazy. All right, let's see what else you got to say.
I was in a situation a couple years ago, like back in 2021, but I got played bad. So I don't know if I should really count it. So 5 years is when I was in an actual relationship.
A couple years ago, you said it was a situationship?
I thought it was a relationship. Like, we had the conversation. We were on our path to marriage and kids, but he just was not in the state of mind of being monogamous. So he was still dating women outside of the relationship.
Ew.
Okay. But was it a relationship or a situationship?
It was a relationship.
No, it was a relationship.
That's a relationship.
I guess I was the only one in it.
For her, it was a relationship. So it was a relationship. A situation. What? Look, okay, real quick. Is a situationship a friend with benefits? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it's this new age kind of thing where it's like a friends with benefit, but basically they just doing all of the relationship type-esque things.
So it's different because a friend is a friend. You just so happen to have sex with.
Yeah.
Like you hanging out, chilling, playing video games. Hey, you want to do it? Yeah, sure. And then you do it.
Yeah. A relationship is basically they're in a relationship, but they just ain't claiming each other. Dang. Like if someone was to see them around in public, oh, is that your boyfriend? Oh no, he's a cool friend. That's Jake.
Jake, Greg.
Yeah, that's Greg.
I feel like it's a freaking football team here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird. I want to say weird, but it's that new age kind of stuff.
Okay.
And everything, but yeah, I was the only one in it.
Did you guys see each other often?
Yes, like house keys exchanged, access to almost everything. Yes.
How did you find out he was dating someone else?
A woman reached out to me.
And said what?
She asked me how long me and this person had been dating. And I asked her, you know, why. She's like, oh, well, you know, I was just at his house and I saw that, you know, someone posted you at his house. It was a whole, it wasn't necessarily a mess, but she came to me very respectful. And the crazy thing about it is we're great friends now, but she reached out to me to let me know.
They could have just been sister wives.
Okay, the woman that your man cheated on you with, you two are friends now?
We're friends now, yeah.
I'm sorry. I just gotta say this. I couldn't be best friends with the person who slept with my girlfriend, wife / whoever. Like, I'm sorry. That I don't need to exchange notes with you, bro. Like, I don't. This isn't a thing. Like, we're not gonna bond over, you know, the vaginal action. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a thing. And I don't understand how women do that. Like, oh, girl, he was cheating on you with me. You know, let's be friends. What? Even if it was a dude I didn't know, it was like, man, bro, she was cheating on you. Dang, son. I'm like, well, have a good life. I hope everything works out for you. Deuces.
Yeah. I mean, at the most, it's just well, thank you for the respect and courtesy. I'm glad I know. Hey, I'm out. If you choose to keep up with this, you can take her, but I'm good. And that would be that's at the most of the conversation that would go on. You know, maybe like, hey, when did this kick off? You know, so I know, like, all right, so that's when the funniness started happening. That's why she did the switch up on me. But that's about it. There's no like, hey man, you want to go and grab some drinks afterwards? What for?
Nah.
Hey, you want to go shoot some hoops? Man, you play WoW? You play Call of Duty? Man, let me get your gamer tag. No.
Nah. Not at all.
No.
No, neither of us. We both moved on from that. Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
I mean, why? Really?
She does not know.
Okay.
So they're lonely together.
To me, not over the last year or so. With her, she hasn't mentioned anything.
Okay, all right.
So she probably still has him on the side, or probably still messing with him. It worked in her benefit. You know, think about that.
They could have just been sister girlfriends, sister wives, or whatever it is.
Sister wives.
They're already good friends, right? So they got a lot of good stuff in common. And they were already sharing them, just unknowingly to one another. Now they know.
And everything was working.
And now they know.
Think about it. Do you think if you would have brought it up and like, hey, you know, I want to have multiple girls and I want you to be the main one and all these things and stuff like that. Do you think if he brought that to the table with more money and stability, I'm talking about like 7 figure, like I'm over $1 million, good looking dude, 6'4", slanging, you know what I'm saying? Smooth talker, all this everything is there. Do you think she would have stuck with it?
I want to say yes, but I have a feeling that most, and I want to say women, but I think people in general, right, are very territorial.
Territorial, yeah.
And so the fact that even if this guy could command the cream of the crop, the top of the litter, like he can have anything, and the fact that he's entertaining you at the point in time, but he says, hey, look, I'm letting you know up front that I want at least one other, like, or, you know, something of that nature. would have like this knee-jerk reaction to be like, no, it's me, and I'm a one-woman type of, I'm a one-man type woman, or one, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and I don't want any of that. So I think if you do have those qualifying traits, though, you can easily command that, though.
Right.
But I wouldn't say necessarily more women would go for that arrangement.
Yeah. No, I think is, but it can have its benefit, and I think about that as a man. Like, would I, if I had a woman and she was like, "Hey, I'll be your sugar mama. I'll take care of you and everything. All you got to do is just show up and take care of me and be my companion or whatever." But I have other dudes on the side for my other needs, whatever. Sometimes I have you, sometimes I have them, you know. But they were taking care of everything. Like, I ain't gotta work. She give me allowance, a nice allowance. It's like,
Yeah, that's a great switch up. Like, would I've never thought about that. You know, like if you were a young 21-year-old guy, fresh in your college days, and you out at a bar, and this cougar came along, and she looked good though, but she's obviously much older than you. But still nicely kept herself up, nicely fit, nicely dressed, nice looking. But she was dirty wealthy. Like, she inherited like millions from like a divorce settlement, right? And she just like, look, I will take care of your life. Nothing of expense for you. You don't even move like you're going towards your wallet.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put you in this nice little hotel, not hotel, in this nice condo. I'm gonna get you a car, nothing crazy, but like she gonna get you like an AMG, she gonna get you a wagon. Like
Wait, is she fine though? Like, she
looks good.
She looks good.
I'm not gonna put you with a busted and ugly.
Not a busted.
No, she looks good.
She looks good. She paying everything.
She's paying everything.
So
whatever your bills are. The thing is, you're the boy toy. When she needs to come and handle, I got needs, Kendra. When she, and then like if she's got functions, if she's got things that she wants to go to and have a nice little arm candy on her arm, you got to get dressed up. You got to get dapper. But she's paying for all of that, and she's taking you out to show you off to her other cougar friends.
Ooh.
And
I get to see the other cougar friends. So yeah, there's two conditions I would seriously consider. Number one is being this young, because I know it's not going to last forever. Because if she can't give me kids, it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would need to even entertain this is the idea of knowing that I'm going to experience things. She's going to show me things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to, the money, the dapper, seeing all the events and going to places and stuff like that. At that age, I would love to experience as much as possible until I'm going to leave her. I'm going to leave her because I want kids. If she can't give me kids, that's like one of my top, that's the number one necessity. But the second and most important thing is she has to make me some type of special. I have to be on some sort of pedestal for her. Maybe not, I don't have to be the sex toy. I don't have to be maybe I am. Or maybe I'm the you make me feel complete toy, or maybe I'm you're the best looking man toy, or the smart toy, or whatever toy I am. I want to be known as that special thing, and I will be that. Even if she's lying to me, like,
Well,
Terry,
why?
you are that special thing. Because here's a Terryism. This is a Terryism.
Okay.
I firmly believe relationships are built off of a multitude of things, whether it's relativity, stability, love, all that kind of stuff. But I firmly believe someone is your someone because they are on some sort of pedestal for you. You have put them in a certain place that nobody else is in for some sort of reason. And that's the only way a relationship can thrive forward. Because if you're not special to me, and I'm not talking about respect, I'm talking about a special someone, a special position, then you're just anybody else. And if I'm just anybody else, then it's like respect, but a higher level. If I don't have that title, with that high level of respect of being special, then I'm gonna run away from you.
Or if you don't have any position at all, then you're readily replaceable.
I'm replaceable.
You're just background character number one.
Yes, even if I am replaceable, even if she comes and tells me, it's like, Terry, you're actually one of 10, but out of that 10, you make me feel so like this.
Like, you make me feel super smart because we have engaging conversation.
Yes, and
you're the smartest of the 10 guys.
And if you leave me, I can put somebody else in your place, but it will never be the same without you. Ooh, baby girl, I'm with you for the next however long. You know what I'm saying? That gets you going, and I think that's what women. I can only imagine. That's what they want. If they want to know that they're the one, they're the special, especially the wife. Or I'm the wife. You know, you got the other girl, but I'm number one. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. For me, I feel like if I was in that same position and it was like a cougar, an attractive cougar, I would have to already know, like you said, going into it, this isn't going to be a for everything. One, like you said, I would see no future in it because it's like, I mean, what are we doing? Like, this is just one. I want a family. Like you said, I knew I wanted to have a family. So it's like, all right, so we can't do this children thing. Not even from a practical like application of it. Like, you know, you're 45 and, you know, here I am 21. Like, what is this going to look like? Like, what is this going to look like? Even if you were to be able to have children, like, really, what would this look like? 45, I'm 21, and here you are with a 1-year-old. Like, nah, this is not going to work. So already, from a logical standpoint, I got to know what's my exit strategy. Like, you know, like, am I stacking? Am I getting, you know, plugs? You know, am I getting, you know, am I learning the game as far as like some type of trade, learning how to, you know, network, getting placed in certain elements? You know, you got to know whatever it is that your exit is.
Right. All right. So let's see what else your ladies got to say.
All right. So you don't have to answer. You told me 3 years ago was the last time you was intimate with someone. Did you say that?
No,
I did not. That's the last time I was technically in a relationship. Intimate probably about 6 months ago.
Oh. 6 months ago. Okay.
What was that?
No,
don't die.
3 flaws. I would say that I can be black and white. And having
Hold on, I'm sorry. I just couldn't let it go past. I can't let it go past. Because to me, when you put the pieces together like that, because even Kendra had the, oh, you said 3 years ago, right? Like you just said it. You just said it. The logical mind is going to think 3 years ago, that was the last time, right? She's like, no, it was 6 months ago.
So 5 years for the last relationship, 2 years for the situationship, and now 6 months for the last intimate rendezvous.
Right.
Like,
That's at least 3. I mean, not that I'm counting, but
no, that's how you do it. That's how you count. They start telling the numbers, and you just start saying, "Yep, yep." So I'm at least up to 3, minimum 3, and then you just throw in a couple of numbers based on how she's moving. Right? You sprinkle some numbers in. You're like, "All right, what are we at right now?" She says she's 30, so 31. Let's just start your activity off at 18. I'm just gonna, you know, and I'm gonna throw 1 in there every other year. And that's where you can ballpark your number at.
Yeah, but see, my thing is, we start getting to more of the psychology of it. I think it's not my business. None of this is my business, but she's putting it out there, so it's public knowledge now. But I start to think, where is the energy is off. The energy then versus the energy now is off, because what happened to the guys 6 months ago? If he was in the draws, if he was getting the draws, why couldn't he get your heart? Like mic drop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because to me, you can, it's, I don't know the real correlation to this whole thing when it comes to sex versus a relationship, but it's almost like the relationship is the most important thing. It's the most serious, most important, the most special thing you can ever get from me. I'm with you. It's the relationship. This is what matters. This is what's important. But the coochie, I can give that away for free. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy 6 months ago, was that a potential relationship or was that just a rendezvous? I think that matters, because like you just said, if that guy was just a rendezvous to take care of the needs, I want to be that guy.
I want to be that guy.
Why do I have to get the relationship if I can just have the milk for free?
Why I gotta be thoughtful and come up with date plans,
spend money?
Exactly. Like, look, I don't want to do none of that. If you're telling me that other guys are able to, you know, get the draws off just like lip service and just, you know, looking good, so, okay, sign me up for that role.
Right.
No, none of that. Oh, you don't listen to my day. You're not thoughtful. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. Oh, you don't massage my feet. What? No. What did the last guy do? What did he do? Oh, he just came through on an early morning.
I want to do that. That's what I want to be. Yeah.
I'm learning to balance that. So I grew up shy and reserved, so it took me a while to be able to get to the point that I am now when it comes to being social and communicative. So that's a big one I'm working on. Outside of that, that's the only one I can think of right now. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. Okay.
She's doing a natural thing too. I didn't realize.
I'm sure I have a couple that are borderline, but that's the major one for me.
She's well spoken.
In your dating history, have men ever said things to you that you could do better or no?
The only thing that I've heard is that I'm aggressive, but I believe in communicating things that are wrong, things that are right, and a lot of people don't communicate the way that I do. So I've been told that I'm too aggressive.
She's direct.
Men, but...
Okay.
Assertive.
Okay. Now, so why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Why are you single?
So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a very logical thinker. So I like to think through issues. I like to communicate. Not only that, I'm very cultured and can definitely grow with someone for sure.
She said that twice now.
Okay. Not saying you wouldn't get this. I mean, you have a lot of great qualities. You're 31, you have no kids, a wonderful job, educated, well-traveled. Is 100K to 150K the dating minimum?
That's gonna close her pool up.
I would date a man that makes less, but he has to be financially literate. So
okay.
your income can't outweigh your debt, and being able to manage that.
Wait.
Okay.
She means the other way around.
Yeah, she meant the other way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
The debt can't outweigh you.
You do desire to have children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, I got it together. She's calling from Arizona, lives in Houston. Her name is Austria.
She stopped asking the question, why do you think you're single?
Okay. And from Wisconsin. I don't want to confuse myself again.
Yeah.
She has no kids. She's a serial entrepreneur. One of the things that she owns her own recruiting business.
It's the time management, really.
I believe in zodiacs, 31.
Must be. How do you have these many accolades and not have a man? I don't get it.
I told you, and the last one, it's always the, ooh, something's wrong here. Like if you are if you are diamond, if you are gold, and you're laying on the street, and there are people that's just walking by. If I see a guy pick up the gold bar, and then he puts it back down real quick, and then walks off.
Yo, that's a good analogy. If I see him pick up a gold bar, that's a good analogy because who wouldn't pick up gold? Pick up the gold.
If I'm looking and I'm like, oh snap, there's a gold bar right across the street, but there's cars, there's traffic, stuff is going on. There's stuff blocking me, stuff impeding my way to get over there.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I see a guy walk over real quick. He picks it up, he looks at it, and then he puts it down, and he walks off. I'm not that interested in that gold bar.
You're gonna avoid the gold. You see it.
Something's wrong with it. It's probably fake. He picked it up and he saw it was fake. He picked it up and he saw it was like a prop. He picked it up and he saw that it was like something was wrong, or it said "Psych, I got you." Like something's wrong with that gold bar. It ain't real gold. It's fool's gold. It's a prop.
Gold. You saying she's fool's gold, bro?
Fool's gold.
She's
man.
fool's gold.
There's something wrong with her that when people have actually stepped to it and got it, they're like, "This ain't what it is."
That blows my mind because I can't. I mean, we don't know her.
No, we don't.
But from what she's presenting,
she's a good avatar for why someone else with those same traits and characteristics would be looked at questionable. Like the rational, the logical part of our brain is just like something's wrong. Why are you not picked?
Because why is she here?
Why are you here?
Okay.
How can the guy reach out to you?
I like that she's natural too.
So I put my Instagram on there. So
lots of good pluses.
Lots of good pluses.
Is preferred. Otherwise, you can find me at Australia Portis on Facebook. And I don't really do any other social media.
Well spoken.
Okay. Well, listen, you keep me posted how it goes, love.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too. All right.
I don't get it.
Let's get someone else.
That's a shame.
That's a shame. That was a good one.
Big Rock 7, show me the room. BG or what is it? BG Rock? Oh, excuse me, BJ Rock. BJ Rock 7. You gotta show me the room before I get you.
All right, Kendra.
I think we can take off. You ready?
Hey.
That's right. We got our first guy.
What's your name, Rob?
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Oh, last name is
Where
right.
you calling from,
Houston, Texas.
Do you have an echo? Okay. Houston, Texas. How old are you, Benjamin?
I am 35.
Hey, yeah, think about that.
I am in healthcare.
Have you ever had to catch yourself like thinking of your age before? Like you're like, dang, where did that age come from?
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of did. I kind of have. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna give him that much torment. But Yeah.
It's crazy now because I actually had that happen to me about 2 weeks ago. I'm like, dang, did the years just creep up on me like that? How'd that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like every day you're saying your age. So
Nah, especially if it doesn't feel any different.
mm,
Like, I mean, I just turned 36, so it doesn't feel no different from 33 or 32, really. I mean, I imagine that's how 40 is going to be, no different. You know, as long as nothing doesn't fall apart on me, then we should be good.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
I am Aquarius.
wait, what was the age again?
January.
How old was he?
35.
Okay.
Okay. So we got Benjamin, Houston, Texas, 35, Aquarius, healthcare, no kids, and
He light.
Benjamin, Houston, Texas, 35, Aquarius, healthcare, no kids. Have you ever been married?
That's also a weird thing. I don't know if I've said this with you
What do you do in healthcare?
or if I've said this with the wife. But it always interests me because I would like to see what the responses were when this gentleman came up and like the ending when Kendra concludes.
Yeah.
Because you get like this weird kind of double talk or what's the real word? I'm gonna call it double talk for now. Oh, hypocrisy. You get this big hypocrisy amongst women in our community that will look at him and just based on his pigmentation, right? They automatically write him off. And the statement that they give is, I like a chocolate brother, right?
Yeah.
And then you probably heard this.
And
it's like, okay, cool, hold that. Now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna talk to Jamal, and Jamal says he likes some light, and he likes some yellow, and he likes some red bone. Then you're gonna look at this man and say, "Oh, you don't like the chocolate sisters? Oh, you is a colorist."
That's the thing.
Like, whoa, right over here, you just said that you only want chocolate brothers. But then when I go and talk to a chocolate brother and he wants a light, bright girl, he got a problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at you with the side eye. Like, you don't see the hypocrisy in this?
You know, maybe I've been out of the dating game too long, but I find it hard to believe this actually happens. Don't get me wrong. I do have my own biases and my own preferences and stuff too. I don't know. I like whatever looks good.
Yep.
I like whatever looks good.
I like whatever looks good.
I have noticed in my mind, like, I will tend to go toward more of the brown / dark skin as a more permanent like. Like, I've seen it out of the average that I would pick. The brown dark skin is going to be more my favorite. While the light skin I love and it's fun, it's not the long term. You know what I mean?
I only cared about if she liked me.
True.
But if she liked me. Now the funniest thing is, like, my sisters always said, "Oh, Fred, you're gonna marry a white girl," and I'm like, "Why?" It baffled me because I was so confused. But they realized I didn't fit a certain mold, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't meet the stereotypical black guy prototype. And so they figured if he's not in here, he's going to be an alternative kind of black guy. And alternative kind of black guys go for white girls. I have no idea how. This is like maybe high school. So somehow they already had the programming already installed. Like, the software, the program was already in there.
Yeah.
So it's like
interesting. And you know, I kind of know what you're talking about, because I've always, for people that never met my wife, they always think that I'm with a white girl.
Yes.
They think, oh, I know you did a white girl. You must be a white girl. And I'm like, where does that come from?
Where does that come from?
Why is it because? And then, I mean, we're going down a rabbit hole on this one, but it's almost like just because you're you're being your authentic self. I hear that so much. You're being genuine, authentic, emotional, all that kind of stuff is all in the same pot of soup. And it's like, just because that authentic self is, maybe a little bubbly, a little social, a little goofy, a little silly, maybe a little articulate, just because I can express myself with the English language that I was taught in school, just like you were. And just because I don't use a lot of like slurred slang kind of words and stuff like that. They were like, you're too put together. You wouldn't want a not put together girl. So you must want a put together girl, which is crazy. In their minds, I guess a put together girl is a white girl.
Which is crazy, because that, like, it's almost I wouldn't even call it a backhanded compliment.
It is a backhand. That's a backhanded compliment.
But because at the same time, then you would be putting down yourself, or if you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. It's so weird.
Yes, it is. You're putting down yourself. It's almost like you're not good enough to be with. And this has come from girls. This has come from black women, not from dudes. Dudes would be like, man, you got the riz, son. Well, that's a new saying, but back in the day, they'd be like, man, you can get, you can get so much tail and stuff, man. And I'm like, okay, but girls would be like, oh yeah, you just mess with white girls. And I'm like, what? This is in your mind. You're cutting yourself out. Like, man.
Look, I'm trying to remember if I told you what I used to do. But in my previous employer, like, I was in a lot of customers' homes, and I swear, like, the moment they see the ring, and it's a let's just put an age on it. If she is about 37 and older, she's about 37 and older, and it's a black woman. 37 and older black women, the moment they find out I was married, the question was always, and they try little, unique ways to ask it, but really boil it all down: is my wife black or not?
Really?
That was always the question. Always the question.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me, man.
I noticed it, and I'm like, that's wild. Like, why is that of interest? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, they're listening to me talk. They're listening to they're looking at my mannerisms.
The mannerisms.
And they're like, there's no way he's married to a black guy. And I mean, a black woman. And I'm like, as a black guy that presents a certain way, like, why would you not think that my wife could also be black? Is it because you don't think that there's any black women that also present the same way too? That's why I feel like that's a weird thing to assume. Like, you don't think there's, black women that also speak well and carry themselves well and are articulate?
Yeah. That's a whole phenomenon that I have not wrapped my head around yet.
And it's women. You're right.
Women.
I've never had a guy ever take interest in what color my wife is. They're like, "Oh, you married? Oh, all right." Like, that is it. They're not trying to get to see, like, oh, what complexion is your wife? What color? What ethnicity is your wife?
Yeah. Now, I'll give you this. This is the one thing I'll say now. Well, two things. I don't have any. Let me go on the other side of that. I've never had any problems with white women. I've never, like, turned them away or anything, like, oh, I wouldn't date you or anything either. Like, let me just put that all out there. It's not like I'm exclusively dating just black women. I've done that. To me, it's just never been the case. So could it have been possible? Yes. Is that an exclusive thing to only date white women or only have had Am I with a white woman? No. That's it's the whole thing is open, was open. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing. And then so the really funny thing I will say is that on my dad's side of the family, all of the RUFF boys, all the boys are either with or married with a white woman that I know of. If any of y'all watching this and y'all are not, then you can come and tell me. You know where I live. You know where my parents live. You know where my mama house at. But as far as I know, I'm the only one with a black woman. It's kind of, you know, I think it was kind of like, oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do, y'all? Is he so
he's next up to bat. Where's he going?
Yeah, and I'm like one of the younger one. You know, in fact, the one that's younger, the other RUFF boy that's younger than me, I think he's with a white girl.
Really? This is news to me.
Yeah, no, but Terrell. I'm not saying what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when I say the RUFF cousins. Yeah, I'm talking about the cousins. All the cousins. They're all, you know, as far as I know. But yeah. So it almost. I'm not gonna say it almost happened. It didn't almost happen, but I'm saying it was a close call there when you consider the odds.
It's like, man, that's the trend. So
yeah, the trend was there.
The trend has already been set, and he's gonna.
It's scary, y'all. It's scary. All right, let's see what this light-skinned brother got to say.
I'm a ICU tech and neuro ICU.
All right. Hi, Benjamin. What kind of woman are you looking for?
I've already seen in the chat they calling this man DJ Envy.
For somebody that is grounded, that is
bad eye contact,
really has more of a head on the shoulder. That's away from the I guess the day to day that goes on.
He's not paying attention.
Like, I don't want anybody that's really in the limelight. If you kind of can understand that, but I'm not really looking for somebody that's.
Is he okay?
Really kind of out there like that.
Is he sad?
I'm not really out there. I'm looking for somebody that's God fearing, that has
Ninja spit it out.
about her life. That's kind of. It's not really
low self-esteem.
So.
He nervous.
Okay.
That makes sense.
What are your deal breakers?
I'll be sure. That's funny.
I guess a lot of children. Like I don't have any kids, so I mean I'm looking to have somebody that's kind of has a head on her shoulder. That is, I mean, to have a bunch of ties down.
He's not paying attention.
As far as previous
So
children.
does he have any kids or no kids? What's the preference?
I mean, one. I mean, I can understand one. But I'm not really looking for. I've dated people with children. That's definitely didn't work out at that time. So I kind of been trying to stay away from the women with children.
Okay. So one kid max looking for a woman with no kids. Should she look a certain way?
Confident, really. Anything that's as long as she feels confident in herself.
He can't make eye contact.
Not really.
I don't know. I see what they mean, but I mean, you're on the computer, so what is eye contact really?
Look us in the eye. It's just like the focus. It's like, to me, either he is really nervous and fidgety and he's all over the place and he can't focus, or because I mean Kendra's doing it. She's focusing. You know, you look at when you're talking, I'm actually looking at you on the screen. You know, as you're talking, it's kind of like that. It's like, where are you at, sir? You know, because to me, it look like he's on the phone or something. And he's trying to like think and talk at the same time, or is he he's looking? Where is he looking right now? You know, it's just Well, I mean, I'll give him grace. We'll
Yeah.
keep going.
I'm giving a little bit for being nervous, right? Nervous,
Yeah.
and you can't really establish like eye contact.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Not really too picky, but I mean, not really too kind of slim, thick, really kind of looking. Black women is but I mean, I definitely want to stick with somebody I can take home.
Call Australia.
Take home for your mother.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
He's boring.
Really, I mean, her money's for her. I'm not really worried about her money. Really, I mean, I just have to
ask him if he's doing okay.
Really
he seems like he has a lot on his mind, not ready to date.
As far as I wouldn't be, as long as she's confident and in her own lane, but I'm not really looking for too much money.
So Benjamin, just for full transparency, you mentioned a confident woman a couple times, but a couple of cousins don't feel as though you're coming across as confident. That that you aren't, and then someone even paid for me to ask you this question. Billy the kid said, ask him, are you doing okay? It seems like he has a lot on his mind and not ready to date. Hope all is well with you, King. So some people are wondering, are you confident yourself?
Am I doing okay? Am I confident? I mean, of course, I got my ups and downs. I definitely go through my situation. I mean, my line of work, I definitely have a lot on my mind to that time. But
ICU. He works in the ICU.
I've been kind of in my own little shell for a while. So I mean, I guess this is my attempt at breaking out of that.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, we're happy that you breaking out of your shell. We're happy you're breaking out of your shell. Let's do the kids.
He's reading the comments. I think he's reading the comments. That's what's distracting him.
Yeah. Oh, he's an artist.
Yeah, he draws. Yeah. I peeped the easel.
Okay.
Yo, what about him in Australia though? You know?
Okay, I love that you got the angle set up for the Kendra fan. We can see the full body. All right, we see you, Benjamin.
I think if he fixed his hair,
looks like you're in good shape.
he'd be straight.
You want kids one day, correct?
That's a strong possibility. Definitely got to think about some things.
I don't feel secure with that answer.
That's a strong possibility.
Okay. 35.
He's 5'6".
What's the age range you would need?
Wait,
hold on. You're not sure if you want to have children?
He said a strong possibility.
In the perfect world, Lord willing, yes, I do want children. Let's just say that.
Well, why? Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm confused.
You don't have to want children if you don't want children, but I guess I'm trying to figure out why is it so difficult to answer that question.
Yeah, it's a yes or no, usually.
Well, not to get too deep, but I have sickle cell, so I mean, it's I kind of think about that, passing that along. Like I don't want to, if I can prevent that passing that along, like that's what I would want to do. So I mean, I don't know, not to get too deep into that, but that's always on my mind when I answer that question. So that's what I say, Lord willing, maybe with
you know what? That's a great response to that question then. Because usually you're kind of like, well, I mean, that should be an easy answer. Yes, I want them. No, I don't. Or maybe I want them in and in his case, maybe should come with a good enough answer. And I think that's a good enough answer. Maybe I'm just highly concerned about passing on this trait. And that's for medical reasons. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
different things that that's the different I don't know, bone marrow transplants, different things like that. So I mean, Lord willing, if God permits that, so yeah, absolutely, that would be definitely a positive situation. But as of right now, my goal is to not pass on in that situation. So,
well, listen, let me say this. I think I might explain your demeanor more now that you were transparent and share that with us. All I will say is this. Listen, you are living with sickle cell and you look very well. You're showing up in this life. You're a good human being. So even if you were to pass it along, you know, I'm quite sure your child will still be just like you, a good human being on this planet. So don't worry about that. Let God be God. And if you desire to be a father, which I was about to say on paper you have a lot of great qualities. Don't let your sickness prevent you from becoming a father, because I think you will be a great dad. I really do.
Based on what?
So don't be nervous about passing
It's just
along.
a nice platitude to give.
God shows up in all ways.
Yeah.
It's something I know. And I know we have our idea of perfect and perfection, but you never know what God is doing. And I think that I don't want you to hinder yourself from becoming a father because you're worried about what you would pass down to your child. I think you would be an amazing dad. I really do.
I appreciate that, and I take that. I appreciate that, especially coming from Kendra G. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Listen, I do. Listen, I told you earlier that I felt some of us were feeling like, you know, there was something up, like you said, even a person paid me to ask.
He's reading the comments. He's not looking at her at all.
I think like a prerequisite though, when she starts off the conversations with someone, is just for her to just already like just inform the person, like, hey, could you, as a what is it? You know, just as a standard protocol, you know, minimize or, you know, remove the comments so that you can't see them, so that when we're communicating with one another, you know, we're right here in the moment. And then you can go back, watch the video once I upload it, and view the comments. That's the conversations that's happening. Because so many times people will be talking to Kendra and then they're reading the comments and like they're distracted now because they see, you know, someone strikes a nerve or somebody says something that they don't agree with, or somebody says something that, you know, they want to respond to, and it's like, yo, stay out of the comments. Like,
yeah, it's weird. Because like I said, when he first came on, he was distracted. He was not paying attention. And Kendra's talking to him. You can see she's talking at the camera, like right into it, you know. But he's definitely not paying attention.
Man, a quality man. God makes no mistakes. He made you perfectly in his image, and I want you to walk in that. And I think you have a lot of amazing qualities, and I think a woman would be great to end up with a man like you.
Empty platitudes.
I really do.
I'm like, he has a lot of amazing qualities. Like what? Does he feed animals? Yeah. Does he save babies from burning houses? What is he?
He volunteers all of his free time for Habitat for Humanity. He goes out and he catches dolphins and like releases them from nets. He goes and cleans up the beaches after oil spill. We don't know what this guy does.
On the base level, he fits some nice qualities on a base standard level that he told her about. That's it. Because this guy could be a complete a-hole in everything he does.
He could be straight degenerate.
he could be going around kicking kids in the shins and stuff.
Throwing little puppies over bridges. Like, we have no idea.
We know. We don't know. We don't know.
So we're going to get you a wife, okay? We're going to get you a wife.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal.
No, he need a bot. All he needs is a bot.
I'm done playing around. I mean, this is my,
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he seems sweet. Oh, good luck, sweetie.
Yo, that's never a good compliment from a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been this
Never.
It's been at least last year. I mean, I've been good for this whole year. You know, let's say the whole year. It's been a couple months.
Year. Okay. 3 flaws you think you have to work on when it comes to a relationship?
Well, as you pointed out, yeah, I do kind of have my own lane. I stay in my. I tend to have a tunnel vision. Definitely breaking out of my.
See, now he looking.
Definitely pursuing, doing that pursuing type of thing. Like I tend to let things. I mean, as far as like relationships and whatnot.
I think he's a pretty boy.
I gotta really. Okay, she's attractive. She's got a good quality. I tend to not really pursue as much. I definitely need to be more straightforward. I need to basically get out of my own head, get back into, I guess.
Okay.
Nah, I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I'm going the whole other direction. I think he's a fuckboy.
Really?
He's a fuckboy. Yes.
I'm not getting none of that.
You're not getting fuckboy vibes?
No.
I'm getting, just watching his mannerisms, I'm getting fuckboy vibes. Maybe I'm completely wrong, y'all. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But I'm going to let y'all stay on that side. I'm going to be the Lone Ranger on this side with fuckboy flag. I'm going to plant it strong.
Yeah, I'm not getting none of that.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I'm hating. Maybe I'm being a hater right now. I'm hating. Maybe I'm hating hard, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Listen, you're getting some support. I want to read this. Ariana Reed said, fellow sickle cell warrior, mom of 2.
I love it.
Oh, she's shooting her shot. You notice he heard that mama too, and he was like,
passing down sickle cell.
Hey.
Is a way that if you want to go the medical route, they'll be able to test your sperm first. And I believe, like, I don't know all the details, so I don't want to give the wrong information. But I know that you can use IVF, and then if you're a woman, you choose to procreate with, it could be a way to decide whether or not in advance. I believe. I don't want to give the wrong information. But furthermore, I want to say this. I sit here for 4 years, and I'm, talking to people who are looking for partners in life. And I have to admit, there's so many women who are looking for men of your caliber, and men of your caliber are decent human beings, decent human men. So I want you to walk confident in that. Literally, we need you. Like, Black women need you. So don't let your sickle cell stop you from anything when it comes to showing up in this world, especially in having a family. Because I talk to Black women every day, and you have a lot of qualities that you're all searching for.
I appreciate that. I definitely do.
Yes. So last question. I want you to brag about yourself.
I'm sorry.
Why would a woman be lucky to be?
He's not all that, bro. He's not.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna put God first. First of all, I'm not gonna sway. I'm not gonna compromise. I'm gonna even if you see other people.
Goodness, this is hard to listen to. Man, I was really trying. I'm really trying to give him like.
Yo, he's a fuck boy. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not getting that.
He is playing like. I am not getting why he has sickle cell, y'all. Okay. I am sorry, but that has not shown anything to do why he can't keep eye contact, why he can't speak well, why is he single? What, like, there's nothing that has been said this whole time that makes him not bad, but it's not, he doesn't stand out. Like, to me, he's boring. He seems very
boring is a weird word. Well, it's not a weird word. Sometimes I think
he's uninteresting.
Yeah, interesting. Got to be careful about boring though. Like doing things like routinely, right? Doing things that are scheduled. A lot of times, that's looked upon as being boring. Being responsible is looked at as being boring.
Okay.
Being dependable too much is looked at as being boring. Like I know that if I call you, you're gonna answer or return the call. If I know that I asked for something, you're gonna do it or you're gonna try to do it. You're gonna go out of your way to attempt to do it. Like I know it's like because I know these things about you and I can predict what you're gonna do or say, I can be boring. The predictability sometimes is looked at as being boring. And a lot of times those are like you're like, well, I mean, he's a dependable guy. That should be what you want. Like that's weird. Like just to call all of those traits boring. And a lot of women will call those traits boring, like because you're predictable, because you're dependable, reliable. I can predict on all of those things. That makes you boring. Or because I know you're at work in these times, like from 8 to 5, I know exactly where you are. You're not doing nothing. And like the moment you're off, I can almost run my clock to when you're going to be home. Like, there's a lot of women that don't like that. They like oh, wait, you came home early. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, you get to work home from, you get to work at from home today. Like, you ain't going to work today? Like, dang, like, I can't really predict what his schedule is. I don't know. I can't really explain a lot of it. I just know that it is a thing. Predictability isn't something that's very attractive.
Wow. But so for this guy, the reason why I say that is because this whole time he's been on here, the only thing interesting about anything about him at all since he's been on here is the fact that he's light skinned and he has sickle cell.
And he draws.
Does he? He didn't say that.
He didn't say it.
He didn't say that's what I'm saying. There's nothing that makes him stand out. If you put him next to the other guy, to any other guy, even the guy in the first part that we did, that with the light skinned dude with the glasses, he was more interesting than this. At least he could speak. He was smiling. He was paying attention. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. Like I want to talk to that guy. This guy is like get the hell off the screen.
Yeah, get the thought out. Go ahead and just answer. Get the thought out. Whatever's like rattling around in your head, just spit it out. Yeah, I do get that.
Yeah, but it's like if he was on a date with somebody and he was acting like this.
Oh yeah.
He would not. She would be like, what else is going on? I need to go get groceries today. I wonder what I'm going to do at 9 o'clock. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She'd be thinking about other things, and that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, I mean, and that's unfortunate, but that's the part of the game.
Yeah.
That's the part of the game.
Charisma.
Yeah, charisma. Yeah.
Where's
he could let's just for the sake of this conversation, let's just grant him all the things Kendra said.
Okay.
Grant him all those things.
All right.
Unfortunately, just the fact that his charisma level is so low, he's going to get overlooked by a lot of women.
Exactly. And it's not like, and I keep going back to his looks, but he has the looks with his outfit, and I don't care for the Super Saiyan hair that black guys do now, with like that spiky black hair and everything. But it's a look, it's a put together. But if you can't back it up with the words and the vibe, then you're losing them. You're losing us. So let's see what he has to say. If he says it.
I definitely don't care about that. I definitely want to do the right thing. I mean, in everything I do.
Here we go.
In every walk of life, like I definitely want to
ask him if that's his artwork in the background.
God's will, first of all. That's in my heart.
You're trying to get him to talk about something interesting.
I enjoy when I'm able to bring up.
He seems like he's in pain. He's hurt or something.
Somebody else is feeling down. That's the reason why I'm in healthcare. That's the reason why I do what I do at bedside. That's the reason why, I mean, I enjoy what I do.
You better not talk him up anymore.
It's because I'm able to, because I've been in that negative spot as far as being in bed and having.
You know what? I think what it is Kendra's trying to big up him, you know, because she sees that he does not have the charisma that most women would be seeking out. And she knows that because of that deficiency, a lot of women would already put a disqualifier on him. So she's trying to pump him up because here's the thing. Pre-selection. Women will be attracted to a guy that they see other women have pre-selected as a viable candidate.
Yeah.
And so if Kendra G is putting her stamp of approval on this guy, well, hold on. Maybe I need to pay more attention. Maybe I need to look again. Maybe I need to see what's going on here with this guy, because Kendra is she's stamping it. She's approving him. So I think that's what she's attempting to do. She's big upping him right now in hopes.
And I definitely get that. I get all of that. But to me, at the end of the maybe I'm just a cold-hearted bastard or something. Maybe I'm just cold-hearted, evil. I look at all the bad things, but I look at it straightforward. I'm straight on. Cut out the fat, you know? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Like, so now is she the counselor / the fixer-upper? Like, he's on here to find a woman, and now she has to inflate this guy's ego to get him to feel better about himself, to get a girl that he couldn't get on his own, so that he can get this girl, but then he doesn't have the ego to maintain it in the first place. So why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? And I know that's harsh, but this is where the guys need to come in and say that, like, bro, you got to step the game up. If you need to cry it out, and then come back when you're done. But we got to get on this work. And if you want a woman, you need to do this, this, and this. All the things that we're saying, this is what he needs to hear. He doesn't need to, oh, you're such a nice guy. You're so sweet, sweetie. Oh, you're such a good guy. Any girl would want you. What a lucky girl she is.
Those are all horrible comments. That's the thing you gotta learn. You gotta learn. Those are horrible comments to have.
Horrible. And that's what she's doing. You're such a nice guy. Anybody will want. That's what she's saying. No guy wants to hear that. Yeah. What he needs to hear, bro, take your head out your ass and get back in the game. Bring it out. Whatever you're going through, let's get through it. Because right now you're not ready. I will say I'll give him his kudos on this. He's trying. He said he's trying to get out. He's trying. He's on here to try. But
try some more.
He needs to hear it now. Now that he's out here, he needs to hear the criticism. Like, bro, you need to shape it up. You ain't gonna. The only thing you're gonna get with that kind of attitude is a girl that's gonna try to fix you. And usually she's gonna be more aggressive than what you probably want or something. I would have controlling or something. So
very domineering. She's gonna see him as, you know, he's fitting right into the kind of beta role, and so it's gonna be an alpha woman that's gonna come in and just be a ball buster.
Right.
Really thoroughly enjoy helping others. I definitely love to pour into others, and I know the people that come into my life, they always leave in a better situation than they came in. And I definitely take pride in that. And I mean, even though everybody that I've talked to, everybody I've dealt with, we didn't work out for whatever reasons, like I definitely have the most positive intentions with everyone I encounter. And I mean, I know that, I'm, like y'all said, I'm kind of tired, just got off work, everything, but
that makes more sense.
I mean, I'm a good time. Like
Are you?
Now I'll put you on canvas too. I'll put you on a canvas.
Okay.
I'll put you on the wall somewhere.
Are you drawn, you think?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Just portraitures. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I definitely have the most positive intentions with everything I do. So, I guess that would.
I mean, think about it though. Why would an F-boy be
one of my first?
Be doing art though?
Okay. I will give you that. Maybe he's not a fuckboy. I could see fuckboy traits, but from the other side of it, because my thing is, I guess me calling him a fuckboy is, I'm trying to give him more props, and that he knows what he's doing, and he's like playing the game. He's like, yeah,
it's a horrible character to play though.
But you see if you go back and watch it again, you have that in mind. He's like, he's not paying attention. He's like, yeah, and she's hyping him up, she's bigging him up. And he's like, yeah, I really do this and all this kind of stuff, and he's acting shy or whatever is going on. I could see that, like, and then he gets off camera. It's like, yeah, let me see all the comments I got now.
Let me go and look at my DMs and see if I got
right. Like ride that wave of feel bad for me, and then yeah. But if you go this route, then he's damaged and he needs help.
Yeah, I just don't see that as being an angle to play. If what you're looking for is quantity, yes, as an F-boy, I think your route to take is to look for quantity. And if quantity is what you're seeking, then being the very confident kind of and having some bravado to you and having high energy and being interesting, being entertaining, being engaging, that seems to be the better route to take. Like if you could mimic those kind of traits or assume those characteristics onto your own self, and she's like, oh, so what are the things you like to do? Yeah, I like to go to the firing range, and I like to shoot my guns, and sometimes I like to go hunting. I do fishing. I go out and party with the guys sometimes, but I do it respectably. It's like, well, okay. I love to travel. Man, you love to travel? The women love to travel. They love to travel. Very generous. Oh, you're very generous. Oh, the women love a generous man. You start hitting those things, man, it's way better than saying, oh, I draw and I care for children.
Right.
You're trying to go for quantity. Just hit all of the things that most women love. Being generous and being adventurous and loving to travel. That's it.
Yeah.
Answer to that question.
Okay. Did you give me the age range you want to date? You're 35.
30s up, maybe 30, 33, 34 up. Then it just in my age range. Like I don't really want to go up too high. I don't want to go down too low. But I mean.
And then you said, did the woman be in Houston, Texas?
I mean, I'm not even from Houston, Texas originally. So I mean, I'm not sold on Houston, Texas. I mean, shout out to Houston. No activity on Houston, Texas.
That's where Australia's at.
If they're not here, it's from somewhere else. Like I'm from somewhere else. Like I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I got a couple of things I want to read that people have paid to say to you. The woman earlier who told me that she's the mama too, that of the sickle cell. I want to read it, but she sent more money to say that also her 2 children do not have sickle cell. So she wanted to get to make you aware of that too. That she's a mama too. She has sickle cell herself. Her 2 children do not have sickle cell. Chance the Chief said, "Keep your chin up, brother. Be strong all the time. Isn't easy, but you do it without complaining and remain humble. Hoping you find a great wife that can love and support you, King." Michelle Q said, "I lost my brother to sickle cell anemia. Love to you. I understand him now. R.I.P. Kevin. Sorry for the loss of your brother." I want to say this though. There's a big heart out here for the cousins for you. I'll read this before I say this. Keita Abba said,
I'll be right back.
"My husband has sickle cell trait, and he was just very communicative up front and made sure I got tested before we thought about procreating. It's not impossible. So it's not impossible. And well, listen, the cousins want to send you a Cash App blessing.
Oh,
so
boy.
let's get into that. What is your Cash App before
Pity.
we get to how someone?
He's playing off a pity now.
I didn't really come in. I mean, I was just
Exactly.
I didn't really expect it. I do have.
I know that wasn't. Let me say this. I know that wasn't your intention. I know that wasn't your goal. But I don't allow people to block blessings on this show. So if somebody wants to give, and I know a lot of men. This happens with men at times. You know, men are providers, and they gotta be strong. But if people want to bless you, I'm gonna allow them to bless you. So what is your Cash App?
Looks like money sign, capital BEN 1010.
Wait, spell it right so nobody don't send it to the wrong person. So it's BEN
1010. It's a money sign BEN 1010. So
1010.
I don't like this.
And what's your last name?
Robinson.
Robinson, okay.
Yeah, that was Robinson.
I see it.
Benjamin Robinson.
So the cousins want to send you a Cash App blessing. I'm gonna participate with the cousins, and I'm gonna send you $250. This is $250. I want that to go to one of your dates. Now I want you to only a woman that deserves it. Now when you meet a woman from the show that you feel she ain't just trying to be down with you because she saw you on the show and you get all this money via Cash App.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this now.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. We're playing. What does this have to do with him finding a date? Because now any woman that comes and sees him on this episode is gonna feel bad about why is he not having eye contact. You know, it's gonna go through this whole range of emotions. By the time you get to the end of his video, you can just feel more pity for him and want to give him money than actually date him for who he is.
Yeah, I don't know. Something feel something.
It's dirty.
Yeah, something ain't right. I think here's the thing. I think what's the biggest problem about it is that instead of it just being a platform for you to come present yourself, present who you are, it feels like it's been slightly tampered with because of Kendra G's influence. Like she's like selling this man now, and it's like let the man stand on his own too. Let him stand on his own too. And if he dies on the hill, he dies. Let him. Well, just let him be a man. Like if he's going to learn it through trial and failure.
Exactly.
And he comes out of the furnace more hardened. He comes out more. Diamonds are made under pressure. Either he's going to crumble, or we're going to get a diamond out of this.
Right.
But her like pumping him up and then like giving him all of these accolades that he has not shown that he's gotten. He's got all of these great characteristics that he's never verbally explained he's even have. He hasn't even presented them. And then she's like, she's putting out his cash app. Like, that's just weird. And then showing everybody, like, look, I dropped $250 on this man. Like, what is going on right now?
The integrity. Is
this man a charity case?
The integrity of the show, like you said, has been disrupted by her influence. Indeed. But then she doesn't realize that, because a lot of people try to tell her things like this, not for this exact situation, but in other ways where she kind of throws her bias into it, and she'll start chopping at the bit on certain things but not others. It's kind of like, well, Kendra, why'd you do this? And she'll be like, she'll get real ghetto and ratchet. She'll be like, bees, this is my show, you bunch of bees, and F y'all, and all. It's like, you can do that, but it destroys your show. This is your show. The way you built it, you're breaking your own rules. For why?
Like, you should have, again, I know it's a human trait, right? So it's kind of hard to say I'm unbiased, but you can kind of try to do your best to reel in any biases you might have that could negatively or that can impact, whether it be negative or positive, others in influence. But I'm just here as a conduit to other people. You do the selling. That's it. Like, I'm just here as a means for you to reach a multitude of people. And whether you sell yourself right or not, that's going to be on you. And just have that. Like, that's how it should be. I'm just setting a guideline and borders. I'm just the railing system to keep you within a certain parameter, so you don't go way to the left or way to the right. This is things that generally people want to know. Do you have children? What's your requirements? What's your turnoffs? What's your turn on? Like, like, what's your age? These kind of things are generally what's most important to people. And that's it. Let the person do all of the rest of the talking. But she's like giving him money. She's big up in the man. It smells all kinds of funny to me.
Yeah.
I want the first date to be on me.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. I definitely do.
Okay. Now the time has come for the woman that wants to date you. How can she reach out to you?
I'll stick with IG, I guess. BJ Rob, BJ ROB7. That's my Instagram, I guess. It's just stick with that.
Well, I want to say this. You said you were in your shell. This was your first way of kind of jumping out of your shell. You jumped all the way in the ocean. I want you to know this thousands of people will see this. So I want you to be prepared for the energy you're going to receive, okay?
Sounds good. I'm going to pray for it.
You're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of DMs that you're about to get. So again, how can people reach out to you?
I think he is.
BJ ROB7.
Unfortunate, or maybe fortunate, but it's because of Kendra G's influence.
I appreciate you. Blessings to you, Kendra. I appreciate it.
Blessings to you too. Bye, babe.
All right. Bye.
Oh, I love when our show does
Pre-selection. Pre-selection is a real thing. When all of those women saw how hard Kendra was riding for him, I'm pretty sure whatever they were originally saying in their head, they were like, oh, Kendra's vouching for him. Then he moved up the rankings. Yeah, like, just think about it. If there was like an average, let's just say it's just an average Joe, average kind of guy, and women saw like what's this little sing this I'm trying to think of some good R&B singers right now. SZA or the Haley Bailey, R&B singer. They see these girls, and let's just say like she starts like taking pictures of them. She starts, tagging this random guy. Like he's not wealthy, he's not significantly good looking. Average Joe, average guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, saying how great of a guy he is, how amazing he is. He's her best male friend. She wish she had a man like him. Other women would be like, hey, hold on. Haley Bailey likes him?
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different game.
SZA likes him? 7th Streeter? Like, they...
Oh, that. Yeah.
They would all take interest in wanting to know why does these, and it's got to be a women that they high in high regards.
Mm-hmm.
If there was just if Ryan from AutoZone just got a shout out by Taylor Swift, and Ryan is just an average Joe at AutoZone. All of a sudden, all kinds of women is going to show up to this AutoZone to get like the most mundane of things for their car because Taylor Swift shouted this guy out.
Who got the juice? They give him the juice.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's next.
Oh, Lynn. I would get Lynn. Now, Lynn, you've been here before.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Now, what is the update,
Yep.
Lynn? Because I believe you've been here before. And last time you had a couple of...
This is a man.
Yep, okay.
Now you have a new man?
Yo.
I had one.
You know what I really feel bad for?
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for women who happen to be a little hard in the face.
Yeah.
Or have very deep voices. Or kind of just be, a little, have a little extra beef to them. Yo, you strong for a girl.
You strong.
Yeah. I feel bad for them because in this day and age, I'm automatically got to write you off as being a guy. Just from the start, just from safety aspect alone, you got to be a guy. Until proven elsewise. Until proven else. Otherwise, yes, you start off already being a man. And until proven otherwise,
I used to be able to tell the difference, like even when a stud or lesbian or trans. I remember back in the day, you used to call them transvestite. And then it was transsexuals, and now it's trans, which I guess it still means transition or something like that. But I found myself now I can't tell. There's some people that are so androgynous that it's like, okay, you're a man, but you could be a woman, but you could be a man. I really don't know. That happened last week. We were at a hotel, and I think I was running on the treadmill or something. And I was looking outside, and I saw this person, and it looked like a woman. They were dressed up, it was like blue hair or something, and it was like black jean shorts and a tank top and a bunch of tattoos. And they were white, and they were smoking or something. Glasses, kind of tall looking, skinny. And I was like, they were like it seemed flat chested too, very skinny. So I was like, okay, that's a man, right? But I was like, but the features are all very feminine. It could be a woman. I was like, there's no breast, but there was long hair. I was like, I genuinely do not know what I'm looking at. I can't tell you what you are.
Yeah, you just get defaulted to a man.
Defaulted, okay.
Yep, you're a man by default.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I gotta sit there and ponder and like just like, nope, mess a guy.
Those are hard. Those are hard.
Yeah, and that's, I don't think I'm the only person that may do that. So that's why I said I feel bad that women now are in that predicament, especially those that may find themselves in that, where a guy might actually question, like, yo, do you know how crazy that would be if a woman was to ask you, like, hey, are you really a man or are you a woman? Like, are you a trans man? Like, that would be like for me, I would be thinking like, am I doing something that makes it appear like I'm actually was born a woman? Like, what am I? Like, am I doing something wrong? Am I being a man wrong right now?
Am I being a man wrong? Wow.
Yeah,
that's
like,
quite the statement. I think,
as a woman, and guys are like, nah, I don't know what this is right now.
Yeah.
Wild.
I think a part of me thinks in a very exaggerated idea that it could get so saturated with a queer world that it probably will be very indistinguishable between what a true man and a true woman. Like, I look at myself and I think, you can't look at me and not think that I'm a man. But you give it about 30 years and it might be really hard to tell I guess I call it cis man from I'm gonna say queer, because that could be anything, not just trans or whatever, but it could be any kind of non-traditional man. You know, it's just like, wait, you were a woman before? It could be you have a lineup of 10 guys and half of them, or probably more than half, could have been some sort of something. You know, it could get to that point, because even now it's hard to tell what if somebody is a man or a woman from a more trans kind of point of view. But then because also, this last little tidbit, a lot of the terminology is mixed up now. They mix it up and it's changed. They change up the meanings for certain things. Where it's like, where even when you go to the gender and sexuality and the fluidity and all this kind of stuff, they'd be like, I've seen some posts where it's like, I had an encounter with a man. Am I straight? And it's like, nah, man, don't worry about that. You straight, gay, whatever. There's no labels. And I'm like, bro, there's definitely labels. There's definitely labels. You cannot be straight and do this thing.
Imagine if we take labels off of like everything. Like, if you go to the doctor and he says, yeah, I think that's cancer. I think cancer actually means something. Like, there's a label for cancer, and I can go to a book, pull it up, and look and define this thing. I know what cancer is. It's like, yes, you got a cold. Is it a cold or is it a flu? Look, we don't deal with labels around here.
Ooh. That's a cold one.
Yo, that's crazy. And that's how they operate. They move and operate in confusion. And that's the best way to move. Because if you can move and operate within confusion, everyone else on the outside looking don't know exactly what it is you're doing either.
Yeah.
And that whole thing is nothing but confusion. The whole thing is nothing but confusion. And the moment you start to point out the inconsistencies and the illogicalness of it, you're called all kinds of other things outside of the, your every ism and obic and whatever. It's like, look, I'm just telling you, this don't make sense, and I can logically explain why it doesn't make sense.
I need them labels.
Yeah, no labels. Labels make sense. Labels exist. You're not running around grabbing, regular for a vehicle and finding out later that it was premium, or vice versa. You're not like, oh man, all of those things that's on your gas dispenser, those are just suggestions. We don't know exactly what's in any of that. That's you might be pumping diesel into your car one day, and it's just suggested. It might be regular, it could be diesel, could be premium.
Whoa!
It's just labels. Labels are silly, man. They're so silly. Just do whatever makes you happy. Yeah, but will it ruin my vehicle though?
Right.
It's just a thing.
Right.
Just something big.
You say what happened?
I just had one recently. I just sent it back.
You sent the man back.
Yes, ma'am.
So you wanna look for a new man?
Yes, ma'am.
So Lynn, I'm gonna be in full transparency. Lynn is HIV positive, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, he does not hide that. He does not hide that. He's been on the show before and has stated that. And you always tell every man before you date. So I know a couple of things. I don't remember everything. Where do you live again, Lynn?
Bastrop, Louisiana.
Louisiana. How old are you?
26.
Dang.
26. And
26 and HIV
no
positive.
children. And what do you do for a living?
Social media content creator.
So nothing.
Okay.
You do absolutely nothing.
Where do they stay? How do they pay the bills? I mean, I guess you can make lots of money with content creation.
You can. I don't know if this person is making lots of money.
Yeah.
Now I got 2 limit rules. So it's got to be the last time you're on the show. So what kind of man are you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a man that's gonna respect me and like just be honest with me. Not even though the truth might hurt or you feel like it hurt, but to be honest with me and loyalty.
And loyalty? What are your deal breakers?
Can you explain that to me without asking my line? What does it mean? I'm trying to...
A deal breaker is something that's non-negotiable. Like, I call it a deal breaker.
Non-tolerant?
Non-tolerant. So, ultimately, it's something that you can't tolerate. So, like, a lot of times people say, they say cheating y'all, but that ain't really the truth. A lot of women still going, or men. But normally people say something like, okay, smokers. I hear that a lot. You can't date a smoker no matter what. You know, deal breaker from...
Somebody said it's a Timu young thug. You know, he wore dresses and stuff too.
He is Caucasian. Like, I'm sorry, you got to be black. So a deal breaker is something that no matter what, you're just not gonna, you can't get with it.
Yes, so I got a lot of those. So how many I need to say?
No.
I mean, this is your moment. How many? Go ahead, say it.
No thief, no Caucasian, no Mexican, no
Golly.
liar, no cheater, and I can't say broke because everyone I've been in be broke, but they got a little money, they get a little money, they try to look out for them. So, but them the main 5.
Okay.
No.
Real quick.
I'm just saying no, ma'am.
This is bad.
I was saying no other race than black, a liar, cheater, and a thief.
Okay. And for those calling me a racist, a black person can't be racist. And I said I would not date a white man. So
yeah, they think the same thing.
Quote me correctly, and I can say as a black woman that I would not date a white man, and I don't understand why anybody would have an issue with that. So keep that shit moving. Back to you, Lynn. Doesn't man have to look?
Wait, last time he was on, he said he doesn't tell men that he has HIV, and he said he passes it around proudly. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's killing people, man.
This is wild. You know, you remember when I said people who are like overtly like forward or aggressive? I'm trying to think. Sometimes I do have a habit of mixing up conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I was either talking to you or I was talking to a coworker at work not too long ago, really. But now I'm starting to think of the conversation. I think I was talking to my coworker. But anyways, this is relevant. I'm very hesitant and very. I've always been that way with women that are way too forward because I'm thinking, oh, you must got something, and you're trying to give it around out of spite, like just being angry that you got it. Like I had this thing given to me, and because my way of living, my lifestyle has changed drastically. I want other people to feel the same hurt, the same pain, so that I'm not just alone in this thing. Oh, look, this guy right here. I'm pretty sure he's never had a woman press him up like this before. He's gonna fold at go. No, I will not. I will not. I'm thinking you got something. Like, no, something here ain't right. Like, I'm not nearly tall enough, good looking enough, nor do I have enough money for you to be doing this. You know, like I'm already thinking, like, the kind of like I'm not him.
Interesting. I haven't never thought about it like that before.
Something's wrong here. Like you trying to set me up. You're trying to get me stuck with something you got.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look a little alright, I guess. See, my handsome might not be Miss Kendra handsome, because they be saying the guys I be with ain't all that, but they be handsome to me. I think it be like little demeanor, somebody feel like they look gangster hood or something. I don't know if they got anything to do with appearance, but it's, I don't know. Like, that man that just got off here, he's handsome. But I'm just saying, I ain't, because he's straight. I'm just saying, like, somebody that's handsome or cute. But I'll try to be all the way ugly or something. So.
I mentioned that, because you said before our show that you're HIV positive. In dating, what precautions do you prevent from sharing that with your partner?
What you said? What you saying, Miss Kendra?
Like, what are the safety precautions you take to make sure that your partner doesn't become HIV positive?
Like, I take my medicine, like, cause I was on and off on my medicine, cause I told you the first time, I had stopped, and you said your life important stuff, cause I had stopped taking it, cause I was in a stage that I was gonna just stop taking it, and I don't care, and I just give it up on it. But I'm still undetectable, and I've been on my meds, cause I did 3 months in jail. I had a warrant, and they kept me on. I was taking my meds.
Prostitution.
Toxic pussy.
Solicitation.
What?
September. A DL guy accused me for sexual battery.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. He got caught. A guy seen him talking to me, so I guess that was his way of covering, making lying. Because you can't rape the willing. I don't rape people. But they said I touched his lower private part and stuff. But they got the camera in there.
And they put you in jail for 3 months?
No, my supporters bundled me out, and people called the parole. If I was on parole, I had a parole hold on me, and that's why. But all this over with now. I'm just fighting the charge, the sexual battery charge.
You say your supporters bailed you out?
Yes, ma'am. They raised money. They bundled me out on that charge, and I had to go to. It was $2,500, but the guy didn't give me the whole $2,500. But the person that raised it up for me, but I got like part of most of it. We had to come up with the rest. The sexual battery? No, ma'am. It's still open. I'm still fighting it. I'm taking it to trial because I don't do that. I'm not gonna admit to something that I didn't do. Now if they drop it down or throw it out, I do that. But I'm not gonna take no. That's a bad charge to me for something I don't do.
Did you date this man?
No, man. He's a sneaky link. Somebody off Grindr. That's a gal.
Grinder.
So you guys weren't intimate?
We never had a chance because the guy walked up and seen the play. So
how did you how did you sexually? What was the charge again?
Sexual battery. Just like if you touch someone inappropriate, like down their lower area or something like that. It's the angle.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, you're fighting that.
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Kendra be a little slow sometimes.
You got a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Finally got my I went in the house and the 2 times that she talked to me, but I got my own place now. 2 bedrooms with 1 bathroom. The rent $600. And it's in my hometown, Bastrop. So that's one step. I normally have a vehicle, but I went down here like they need unnecessary guys and stuff. But maybe I need to not be in a relationship. But I feel like your show. I see people on your show
hang the F up
with an update and they be married and happy. So I feel like your show help. That's why I keep trying. Because I'm going in the wrong areas. So I feel like off your show to help me. People keep telling me that you're not gonna keep letting me on there. And what you just stated this last one, but I just want to be happy and say that I got a man or a mate from Kendra G show. Because I like you. I be watching you on Instagram like you. I don't say nobody inspire me because I feel like I'm expressing myself, but it's you and another lady that inspire. I look up to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Because I want to be around people that you be around. So, but the way I carry myself,
okay.
I'm a little ready.
I have to wrap that up. She's just talking.
This is a 25-year career with the circles, but I will say this. I do have a heart for you, Lynn. And I think everybody in life wants a partner in life, and it is the best thing. If you can find a person to do life with, it's amazing. But Lynn, we can't hear you.
Lynn's gone. Lynn? Somebody's probably calling.
Someone was calling my phone.
Yeah.
But I want you to hear this. Is it bad? Lynn?
Can you hear me, Miss Kendra?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Lynn, hello? Lynn? Okay, we got it. Lynn, can you hear me? Okay, I gotta go because I gotta host the show. But what I wanted to say to you, Lynn, is
well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's getting kind of late. I don't know if you wanted to pause right there. There's one more person left.
Yeah, that's fine. We can pause right there.
Yeah, and then we'll probably pick that up on the next stream and start another one after we finish that person. But yeah, another fun night of shenanigans and interesting characters to review on Kendra G show. So any last comments, parting comments?
No. Yeah, again, very entertaining. If you're wanting to get into reinstilling why it's great to not be out there in the market, this is great.
Yeah,
this is I don't know. It's really weird because there's never a moment on Kendra G where I'm just like, oh man, the people out there that's still out, in the waters, they got it good right now, man. All the deep sea fishermen and all of the, off the shore fishermen, they're killing it out there. And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh no,
not really. Oh no. Well, definitely. I feel like we need to watch some Pop the Balloons too. Maybe we'll do that one next. There's a bunch of good ones that also kind of prove that point. Like, man, these people are cooked, man. They are not. This is not it. This is not it.
No. But again, right? I look at it and then I'm just like, as entertaining as it is somewhat troublesome because I'm like, what does that mean for like future people?
Yeah.
I mean, you start thinking like, you know, family members or children, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, yo, like your little peers is looking at stuff that's going on right now amongst like our peers that are still out dating. It's like, what does that mean for like them? What is that going to look like in like 10 or 15 years? Like, ooh, yeah, I know. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, ugh.
Pretty bad.
It's almost going to be like mandatory as a young guy that you're going to have to date someone that's coming with like a minimum of 2 kids from 2 guys.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I couldn't imagine.
Like, it's going to be so crazy that like being a virgin at 16 is almost like scoffed at. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I was getting it in at 14. It's like,
yeah. You're a little late to the party. Late bloomer.
Late bloomer? What?
Oh man. Well, yeah, man. Yeah. But no, it was a good one. Good times as always. Again, guys, I'm Cartoons, kind of doing some Let's Talks, Kendra G show, and some other videos coming up for sure. We got Freddie at Closet Anime, and doing some reviews of more obscure anime out there, right?
Yep.
All right, roger that. Well, should be good for next time. This time next week, maybe not as late, but we're gonna be hit it up more in the middle of the day, maybe more like around 4 or 5 o'clock or something like that. I'll try to be more available, a little bit better myself, and then yeah, have some fun.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna log off, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.